Okay, so we're going to be doing a little bit of a build tutorial today. These are some of the things you're going to need. Set of neo-nose pliers. For me, I'm using a Phillips head screwdriver, Allen wrench, paper clip, pair of tweezers, ohm reader. I'm doing this on my Igo-W3 today, and we're going to be working with some of this here twisted coil, and yeah, we're going to get to it. Oh, obviously you're going to need some Canthal as well, using 28 gauge Canthal. Alright, so basically this is the part where we're trying to wrap the tiger coil up right now. This is a 28 gauge wire. I'm just doing a manual twist on it a little bit, just kind of get started. At the end, I'm going to go ahead and fold it over onto itself again. And just give it one more good twist just so everything kind of stays in place. Now everything else, this whole wire has no slack in it. Make sure there's no slack whatsoever. At the end of my drill, I got my Allen wrench. I usually wrap my micro coils around. I use a paper clip to wrap my nanos around, my nano coils. But anyway, I'm going to go ahead and stick that one end into a vise. Make sure it's nice and tight. Come back over here like this. Pull it nice and tight so I got no slack in the wire. Then I'm going to hold the wire here to keep it on my drill bit as I start turning. Here we go. Nice and steady. Nice and steady. Maybe a little faster. You can kind of go fast in the beginning. Just want to slow it down near the end so it doesn't break on you prematurely. Because the faster you spin it, the more tension you're putting on the wire. When you spin it slower, it allows the metal to kind of stretch out a little bit, get your wraps a little, your coils a little bit tighter. Alright, at this point what I'm doing is I'm just starting to heat up my Canthal a little bit here, just to kind of get rid of some of that springiness. I'm not pulling on it too hard, but I am using nose pliers and things like that to kind of hold on to it, because it does heat up a little bit. And what we're basically doing here is we're doing this to make sure that we get all our springiness out. And basically as soon as you see the wire start turning a little orange, you know you got it. So that's all you're looking for on this. Yep. And I'm doing a little tension, not too much because I don't want to break it. That's that. Alright, so right here I'm going to start wrapping my first coil. The bunny coil I'm going to do on this one tonight, I'm going to actually do about 6 wraps. So this is actually wrap 1, wrap 2, I'm keeping it tight, wrap 3, still keeping it nice and tight so the coil is nice and close together, wrap 4, 5, and 6. Alright, so here, basically what I've done is once my coils are all wrapped up and everything like that, I'm just holding it right over a candle, keeping my coils all pressed down using this neo-nose pliers and wrench setup thing I got going on. Basically I'm just heating these coils up, trying to get them nice and hot as I possibly can in the circumstances. Usually people do use a torch, it is a little bit faster. But if you don't have one, it's kind of just showing you can do it on the cheap. So this is how I harden up my coils and keep them nice and tight. Alright, so now I got my coils all set, and I got my 4 coils, they're chilling right here. Boop, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. And I got the 4th one already on here. What I typically like to do is definitely at least put one of the coils on there at first, just so I know and have a good idea as far as what I'm going to be looking at as far as resistance goes when it's all said and done. Definitely make sure you tighten everything down so you get a good read on your resistance. This coil right now is giving me a 1.8 resistance. Now, each coil that I put on here is going to split this. So when I put the second coil on, this is going to be at 0.9, because 0.9 times 2 gives you 18. I split it again, it's going to go down by another, whatever, 0.45. Actually, no, let's see, it's going to go 1.8 right now, so basically take 1.8 and divide it by 4, and that is going to be the number of resistance going to be sitting right around. But yep, I'll be right back when I get all the coils in for you and let you see where she's at. Alright, so basically now I'm going to start putting my cotton into my coil. I'm getting my bunny ready. Bam. All I did was I just kind of fill around with the cotton until you get nice and pointy. Then once that happens, just kind of pull it through. You do want it to be very thick so that the coils are completely covering the cotton. Also, you want to pull it to the point where the actual coils themselves have enough cotton to where the cotton almost keeps the coils themselves tighter too. You don't want too much space between your coils. You want your heat pretty concentrated right around the cotton itself. So therefore, that's why you twist it up so that when it goes through the coil, it goes through thin, but then once it pulls out to the other side, it expands a little bit, and that way your coils don't move around on you. Yep. If you can't guess, this is probably the biggest bitch part in making these goddamn bunny coils. Snip your cotton because you don't want really too much wick hanging off on your bunnies. Because I don't. I like most of my wick to sit on top. But this isn't really even almost a bunny really, because bunnies, true bunnies, have loops and hoops and stuff. But with the Igo, I find that there just really isn't the amount of room to do all that stuff if you want to do all four of your coils, your quad coils. So there's one. I'll come back when the other four are done. Alright, I don't know how good you can see it, but this is basically the perfect coil on a bunny wrap. Super tight. You can barely see any cotton through the coil. That means you're going to have one dense spot that all the liquid is going to be wicking into. So that's why I do it off of the actual build itself, because I feel like I can put more tension on it and basically tighten in the coils as I'm pulling the cotton through. So, alright, and that is going to make the first one. That's going to be the first coil right there. This is blinking around right now. I just got it in. So underneath here, see, is the very first coil in. And I also like to keep the coils really close to my air holes. If you notice that, there's my air hole, there's my coil. Line your coils up with your air holes. Just a word of advice. More airflow. Airflow. Alright, just basically want to go over this. On the Igo-W3, there's usually so little room, especially in order to maneuver around that middle. I actually found myself just wrapping the other side of the coil around the top of the screw itself, right up at the top. It just makes it easier than having to loop it through, especially when you got all this cotton and stuff already in here. So that's 3. I'll be back when I get to 4. So would like everybody to meet Don King. I don't know, the Don King coil. What do you guys think? But anyway, so it's fluctuating right around 0.55 ohms there. It's because I haven't tightened everything down yet in the middle. But all 4 pieces are in. Once I tighten down this middle screw, you'll probably see a little bit more resistance drop. Alright, so at this point here, here's my ohm reading, 0.53. Seems good to me, everything's looking good. I'm just going to go ahead and start putting down a little bit of this here liquid on it. This little E-juice. Just picked it up from my buddies over there at Perfection Vapes today on East Ridge Road. This one is called Sour Hawaiian Punch, or Sour Punch. Made the make sure that it was extra sweet, because it seemed like I'm losing my taste buds. I don't know what that's all about. I have not been able to taste my juices lately, and it's very strange, but I'll go with it. Definitely not going back to smoking cigarettes, so that's what it is. And once that's all nice, I'm going to come in here, start kind of twisting these up a little bit, get them nice and twisted. Okay. Actually debating with this idea. I think I'm just going to actually lay these across. It's probably going to come out to look like more or less of a cross pattern when I'm all done. Because the Celtic coil was nice, but I think it may have been impeding on some of my airflow there. And you know how I feel about airflow. So I'm going to come over. This piece here is a little long. I cut that off. Just what I need and nothing more. Too much cotton can be bad. I used to want to have all this crazy wicking cotton at the bottom. It's not, no, it's not really the answer. Less is more, believe it or not. So, anyway, so there I go. Looping that over that one. Looping this piece over this piece here. Alright. Those two are folded over. Looping this piece over here like this. I'm going to loop this piece over here like this. And I'm going to see how she does. She fires up. Still sitting at 0.53 ohms. That tells me that I don't have anything touching. Otherwise, you'd see crazy voltage jumps. And nobody wants to see crazy voltage jumps. Anyway, there's that. Take it off of this bad boy here, and I'll be right back. Alright, you guys, and here's a moment of truth. Let's see how she vapes. Or at least how she burns. Oh. Oh, that's a... Oh, she's a slow burner. She's a slow burner. Let's see what a little bit more juice looks like. Bam, 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 boom. Alright. So, there's that. Let's see what it looks like. Oh, man. You see that? Oh no, I might have to call this one the P-coil. It's just, it's easy. Look how much it's just with ease. On 0.57. It's not always about dropping ohms either. It's about how you wrap it and make your coils tight. Alright, let's see how she does now. Oh my lord. Full on flavor. Full flavor. 0.57 ohms. You saw it on the ohm meter. It's just, it's not always about dropping ohms, guys. A lot of times it's what you're vaping on, and that is just, that's wide open on the Igo-W3, which usually robs taste out of it like crazy. Wide open. 4 holes. And it's just doing it. Then again, you guys may notice the kids got the RJ Mod Zodiac tips. Super hot. Unbelievable. I'm super enthused. Look at this hole. Look at this hole, you guys. A lot of you guys may have remembered seeing one of these when one of those Honda Civics with the VTEX took your ass out on your little Cavaliers and shit. Or if when you know, my Prelude used to run you boys in your Camaro Z28s and bullshit like that, you little V6s. But anyway, I'm not here to talk shit about cars. I'm here to vape. New Zodiac tip. The monster. That's just fucking around. Not even serious yet. Not even serious. Mad different. Mad fucking different. No more stogies. I can breathe. You can breathe. with ease. Now I'm going to go to the Igo. I'm mad too. I'm mad at these people who keep on using these fucking variable voltage shit, trying to sub-ohm on variable voltage. I'm mad too, Kobe. No resonator for you guys. This is from that Celtic coil I showed you. Remember earlier on tonight we did the Celtic coil? The brand new and improved little Celtic coil? Here it is, in action. And here's my $25 tip, number 0095. It's not just the tip, it's also the build. It's also what's under here. We'll get into that next time, next video. Show you a little vape on this Patriot, and we're done. So it's got levels. You're the bunky bitches! Make myself disappear real quick, watch. It's just a tip. It's just a tip. It's just a tip. That's all it is. It's just a tip, guys. This fucking metal is impeccable. The fucking working, the engravings are impeccable. I couldn't be happier with spending $25 on a fucking goddamn tip. I know what you're thinking. It's just a tip. If you saw this shit in person and you saw the metal, the fucking stainless steel, this is what they make Rolexes out of, motherfucker. Don't sleep on your tip. Just saying. RJ Mods. Check out RJ Mods. Zodiac tips. Zodiac tips. Besides that, you gotta get your extender pin. Fat Daddy vapes. Get them. For you guys who got the Nemesis, Why you think the fucking kick ring's on this bitch tonight? Or the fucking beauty ring? That wasn't there last week. That was not fucking there. That's just quadruple silver platinum dipped. Silver dipped. But still, quadruple silver dipped. No voltage drop. This shit's crazy. Then I switched the fucking flathead that was up here down here. So I got silver on both sides. The one side's got quadruple silver dip, and the other side is completely flat silver now.